So today I'm going to be talking about mermaiding, Lord. This is what happens when you don't plan in advance, guys. Scripts are very important. I'm used to using them. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my jobs. I have several. I get a lot of questions about it, like, are you actually insane and think you have? Are you just a fancy stripper? It means a lot of different things. So mermaiding, the verb, means it could be a hobby, and there's ways you can get paid for it, whether it's having companies hire you to be in a tank outside of an event to get people to take pictures and kind of to draw people in. You can also do parties where you teach kids how to swim in the tail, which is really fun because if you're at a party where they're the perfect age, they just get they're so happy to see a real mermaid. It's almost like the Disney princess effect where you just kind of get to see children's smiles all day, and you can't have a bad day after that. Like when you've like these little girls coming up to you, they're like, "Are you a real mermaid?" And you're like, "I get to lie to children." No, but you know, my typical response is, "Are you a real human?" I was like, "Oh, I won't tell anyone." It basically means either you do it for a hobby or you do it for a hobby and you get paid to do certain events, or, you know, either or. So the kind of things I've done so far is I've helped with other parties. A lot of girls do it on their own, like they'll kind of start their own company and freelance and stuff. But the nice thing about my company, or the company I work for, which is HB Mermaids, is that my boss, Kim, is really good about like safety and making sure that everything we're doing is up to standard and that, you know, all the liabilities are kind of understood for us and the family who's paying. We need specific performers insurance for those kind of events. She makes sure that the parents know that they have to be not only good swimmers, but like better than good, because to completely swim safely in a mermaid tail, you have to know that if you had zip ties around your ankles and knees and then were put in the water, you'd be able to get out just fine, because that's the entire mechanics of the swim. And so that's typically what you do. You can also, like, a lot of girls will just, you know, go in tails and do photo shoots, which is really fun. I've done them. I've really enjoyed it. There's a lot of like weird things you need to work on though to become one that I never thought of. For example, like obviously breath holding, but it's really interesting because to be able to hold your breath for a long time, you need to take a huge gulp of air, and you're gonna float if you do that. So a lot of mermaids have weight belts that they disguise with seaweed and such. The most common problem I've heard with mermaids is back problems from if they have a silicone tail, carrying these $2,000 prosthetic limbs the wrong way on their back and having like horrible back problems. Like the hips are used to carrying, you know, the upper half of your body, but they're really not used to things weighing down because usually you're standing on something. And so you really have to train those ligaments to be able to do stuff they're not used to. It is acting too. Like I did a parade one time and I was like really confused. I was like, wait, do you talk to them? Do you talk at parades? Like, do you answer the kids' questions? Like, and kids have a lot of questions. They're like, how do mermaids have babies? How do mermaids go to the bathroom? How do mermaids eat? And you're like, well, we're born from pearls, and what's a bathroom? There's a lot more nuances to it, but that's basically the short. My short answers are very long. The short and long answer of it, it's a whole new world of makeup, a whole new world of exercise. The more certifications you get, the more you're gonna be able to be hireable. It's the same thing with this job. So if you get lifeguard certified, like parents really like hearing that. Even if you're not gonna be able to do like any of the rescues in a tail, like you're like, well, I'm gonna be able to swim really fast and really powerfully. So if I see a kid at the bottom, I'm gonna be able to like get them to the top really quick. If you are confident in what you're doing and you know you're gonna be safe and you can take your freaking sweet time, like even on YouTube, I've gotten some comments that I can put below, which are totally normal comments. Like these are, I'm really glad I was getting some engagement, but people started asking, oh, can you hold your breath for a long time? There are a lot of conflicting thoughts about freediving techniques. For example, one of the schools of thought is if you come up to the surface right when you're uncomfortable, you're ridding yourself of 2/3 of underwater time. And then there's another school of thought, which I actually adopt, which is have fun with your friends, go underwater and swim around, and you're gonna end up having your breath hold like elongate naturally because you're having fun and not thinking about it, rather than kind of getting oxygen deprived. Because I actually got out of the pool once and my head started hurting the second I got out, and like lights were blinding and like my head really hurt, and my boss got really serious with me and she's like, that happened because you were pushing yourself too hard and your brain was literally losing oxygen, and little by little you can deplete your brain cells and like drop IQ points. Like it's really serious. And if you are pushing yourself because you want to, I don't know, be more hireable, or it's just not worth it, you know, you need those brain cells, especially if you're only 20. It's like, there's just a lot of things you have to be careful about and be smart about. And if you can do all of that, then it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's essentially what I do in a nutshell. I really like doing events that have not just a celebratory aspect, but a conservation aspect. Like, there's a lot of events we've been invited to in the next few months that have to do with ocean preservation and sea life awareness, and, you know, looking at all of the marine mammals that are going to be doing a lot better if we start taking care of the products we buy, we start paying attention to how this could damage the ocean if it went into a landfill, that kind of thing. So I really like doing those events because it feels like there's a bigger purpose to what we do, instead of being like look at me, I'm pretty, you know, because, you know, you don't want to just do underwater gymnastics and then have that be the point of your job. You will kind of want there to be something bigger that you're helping out with, whether it's, you know, making a little kid's day, or, you know, getting more awareness for the ocean and taking care of it. So yeah, I really enjoy it. That's the long and short of it. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I don't have a sign-off phrase yet, so yes, goodbye. All right, we're gonna work on that, but bye. Let's settle on bye. Okay.